Chapter 1. Brutus was a very, very large black bear. He was coal black in color, with a dark brown muzzle.
Mia and the Woodland Mystery is about the first granddaughter, Mia. Jen and Scott were expecting Mia finally after a long period of time, and they were super excited. They were trying to figure out what a middle name would be. So that kind of got Scott thinking about this story. So one day he just kind of went into his office and started writing this book.
I never thought of having a book that had my name in it. A lot of people ask me, like, how did you get a book? All that stuff. And I was like, I don't know, it just happened.
When he stood up, Brutus was taller than a full-grown person and a whole lot heavier.
Well, the story is adorable. I had no idea Dad had all of that in him.
We met my senior year in college at the University of Delaware. We started dating probably in the winter, I think, and he had asked me to marry him, I think, in probably that following May. His mind was always, if it wasn't military, it was law enforcement. He was working for the Orange Sheriff's Office. And then when a new sheriff came in, he figured he wasn't going to be kept on because he was higher ranking. And so he applied over with the sheriff in Greene, came over as captain, and here we stayed. When he came over to Greene, I think his intent was always to eventually run for sheriff. And so when he decided to run, the whole family was on board.
He wants to work hard for the community and people and anyone who needs it, and I really value that. I mean, I appreciate his work ethic, I appreciate the way that he treats people, I appreciate how he valued the relationship with his community, and he did what he could to improve it.
When things started changing maybe in the county, I think he decided maybe it was time for him to retire. And he'd been in it a long time, 32 years. Long time for law enforcement. I think he was ready just to come out here and relax. He retired in 2012, and his stroke was in 2016. One day he was out preparing something for our church. I think it was that evening when he started showing the signs.
There's not a lot that you really remember if you have a stroke. I did not want to go. I figured, well, let me get a nap and I'll feel better. But yeah, with medical training that I had, it was like, yep, I gotta go.
He had a massive hemorrhagic stroke and wasn't expected to live, but he was amazing.
A whirlwind? I'm not sure that we had a lot of time to process. We just had to make decisions and keep moving, and prayer and church.
Come this way.
When he got here, we just kind of all hands on deck. So I think it was helpful that we had no idea what we were doing to keep us busy and kind of focused on, we just got to move to the next step. And that's what we did.
I consider myself a 150 mile an hour person. To go from that to zero. And at first not be able to talk or use my left side.
We tried to keep him as active as we could. You know, we bought the gator thinking that would be incentive for him to get up and do that. And since then, he's been able to drive it. He's passed a driving test. So we just keep trying things that will motivate him to keep on progressing. And it's been working.
Water rescue.
In the beginning, we weren't really sure what he wanted to do with his time, but he had talked about this book and he kept talking about new ideas and chapters, and we're just like, let's go ahead and get this started.
I think it was finished, and he contacted a publisher at that time. A couple of years after the stroke, we thought, well, maybe he could get back to working on that and see if there was anything else that needed to be done. Did we need to do more editing? And so we'd sit out on the porch and he'd dictate what he wanted to add or change, and I would write that down.
And they tried very hard to keep me entertained. So I got a kick out of reading the book to like Mia. It was Carol. She said, it's pretty good. Let's publish it. So at that point there, we decided to, let's see if we can get it done. And it sort of roller coasted from there.
It's about all the animals thinking something's up down at a people house and then figuring out that Mom's pregnant with me.
I'm not sure what the people are preparing for. I can only think that there may be a new people child on the way. Brutus replied, I think we should get more information right away.
And is it going to be a boy people child or a girl people child? And then, what's the middle name? And then the last question was, what is a middle name? And they all decided at the end that a middle name is just a people thing.
All right, now do Haas. We've done a couple of book signings. He's had great response. People that read it think it's an absolutely wonderful book.
Some of the stuff that makes me feel good is I've been able to get books to people that have had death in the family or their personal tragedy, and it makes me happy to have them get a chuckle out of it.
He was a great law enforcement officer, and he's ended up being a great author, too.
I would not consider myself a stellar student at all. So the whole process surprised me that I could do it.
He wants to write a book for every grandchild, so he's ready to roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He keeps going. Like, he could just stop, but he keeps going. And I'm just happy that I get to spend time with him.
By him showing that there is life outside of a very bad prognosis, I think it gives other people hope.
I'd love to be able to go walk the mountains again. There's a good chance of it, yeah. Don't give up.